What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and for today's video I'm going to be talking about some new cards for not just one archetype, but for two archetypes that will be released in the newest core set, Duelist Nexus. What are those archetypes? Well, as you guys can tell, we have new support cards for Evols and Nemurelias. But before we get into the video, if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, which get posted every Tuesday and sometimes on Wednesdays and weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Guys, I'm looking at my phone. We are right now 42 subs away from 200. 42. We are drawing closer and closer and closer to the goal. Excuse me, of 200. And as I have said in previous videos, if this channel gets to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos box in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy right here, Elemental Hero Air Neos. I believe with Korean sets, I believe you can get it in Ultra Rare, Secret Rare, and Ultimate Rare, if I remember correctly. If I remember right, because I know that with the OCG sets, the GX OCG sets, you can actually get Secret Rares. So maybe we might pull one. Who knows? However, if the channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel. So if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, and you guys want more new card discussions on the channel, subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. Let's kick things off with the new Evol support. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Evols back in the day, they did somewhat okay. I know that they did get a few YCS tops back in the day, but nowadays, if you're playing a Dino deck, odds are you're only going to be using the Evol Xyz monsters, which I think are, which I believe, if I'm right on this, let me check on Nexus. Go to deck. Wait about 10 years for my decks to load. Thank you. Pick a random deck, and I believe the only Xyz monsters for the Evols are Solda, Logia, Dolka, Dolka, Logia, Solda, and this new one that I'm going to talk about here in a bit, known as Evilzor Raz, which I will reveal its effect in just a bit. So again, for the most part, you're gonna be running the Evol Xyz monsters if you're playing Dinos. And for some reason, my laptop is being weird. My laptop is acting weird, guys. It is acting hella weird. So again, Evols really, they actually did pretty well back in the day. Nowadays, again, as I said, if you're running the Evols, you're most likely going to be running the Xyz monsters in Dino decks for the most part. But to be fair, I'm looking at these three cards, because there's only 3 cards for each archetype that I'm going to be talking about in today's video. To be fair, looking at these cards, this deck, the deck might come back into the meta, which is a possibility, but it depends on how the deck gets built. Because I know that there were some decks that were running like 3 of almost everything, like, for the most part. But for most decks, it was mainly 3s and 1s of like everything, because running 2 would have given, you would have bricked, So, but let's get straight into it. First up, we have Evol Forest. I believe is how it's pronounced. It's a 2-star fire reptile with 900 attack, 300 defense, and the first 2 effects are once per turn. Excuse me. The first effect reads if this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 Evol monster from your hand or grave in face down defense. So this is essentially, this effect right here. It's essentially a cyber ref system, but you have to summon it face down, which is not too bad, because you can just flip summon it and then just combo off from there, which is pretty cool. Second effect reads, during your main phase, you can set 1 Evo Force or Evo Instant directly from your deck. Okay, nice. I mean, this does give you a sort of an extender to go into to help go into Logia, Dolka, or pretty much like any other card that you may have in your extra deck at your disposal, which is really nice. So it's a really good extender. Let's see here. The third effect reads, if a monster you control will be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can tribute 1 reptile or dino monster instead. So this is a really good protection card, because by tributing off one of your other monsters, you're able to gain access to go to essentially just combo off, and then go into your board that will feature Logia, Dolka, Appaloosa, and Axis, and also your Axis Kotaker, if you have those at your disposal. But given the fact that we have like 10, we've got hundreds of extra deck cards, you could potentially be running anything, literally anything, which is pretty cool. There's a note underneath that says this card is named after Foley Dosaurus, which is a prehistoric crocodile. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Next up we have Evol Rios, which is a 4-star fire dino with 1600 attack, 400 defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, if this card is normal or special summon, you can set 1 evolutionary bridge or Evo Singularity directly from your deck. Again, it's a good extender to go into Logia or Dolka or whatever you may have at your disposal, which is pretty cool. Second effect reads, if you control this card that was supposed to summon by a fire monster's effect or normal summon, you can send 1 fire reptile or dino from your deck to the grave. Then you can make the type and level of 2 face-up monsters on the field become the sent monsters. So again, this is a really excellent extender to help you make Logia or Dolka, whatever you may have at your disposal, and you can just summon that monster right off the bat, just off of this one effect alone. So it's another really good extender. And speaking of Evol Xyz monsters, we have Evolzar Raz, which is a Rank 6 Fire Dragon Exceeds with 2,500 attack, 1,500 defense, and it requires 2 level 6 monsters. So pretty generic for dinos for the most part. And it has 2 separate effects. The first effect reads, your opponent cannot target this card with material with monster effects. Damn. Damn. And the craziest part is that you can run you can actually run Xyz import to attach one of your opponent's monsters onto this one card as its own material, and you can do it a second time during their turn. That way you would have 2. That way you can use this second effect twice, which is pretty cool. But here's the interesting part. Here's the effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect, which is a quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card. Target one face-up card your opponent controls, negate effects until the end of the turn. If all materials attached to this card are reptile and or dinos, you can activate this effect by detaching 1 material instead of 2. So, excuse me. So if all the monsters are dinos or reptile, that's bad for your opponent because it's essentially an imperm with wings. That's what this card is. This card is an imperm with wings. Not much else to say about that. So this is basically the ideal board when playing with a deck like this would be Logia, Dolka, Roz, Axis Kotaker, Appaloosa. That's your board. Like that right there is your board. If you're able to make that board, you essentially have game. There's literally nothing your opponent could do. Literally. There's a note underneath that says this card might be named after Rozanan Drongob, a large crocodile, or Aurora's Darko. I'm like butchering these fucking names. I apologize. A type of pterosaur. My heart says Razan. My head says Darko. There's a second note underneath that says major thanks to Sonokai for his expertise into prehistoric life to help us with naming these cards. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to him. Not gonna lie, looking at these 3 cards, these are real. Looking at these 3 cards, these are like really good extenders because the deck didn't really have that many extenders from what I remember. I could be wrong, but I believe they didn't have many extenders. Now they have a massive extender in the form of Rios to help you go into pretty much any other Xyz monster you may have at your disposal, which is pretty cool. Now we move on into the Nemurelia card, the brand new Nemurelia cards, which just looking at this first card, this name is nutty. It is known as Nemurelia Realizer, the Dream Materializer, Sleeping Princess. What the fuck kind of name is that? I'm looking at this card and just I don't know. I know it sucks that you guys can't see the cards. I apologize. Don't worry. Things will get better. I know I shouldn't have said that, but things will get better eventually. But anyway, it's not my fault that I don't know how to do a proper setup when it comes to YouTube, unfortunately. Sorry guys. But luckily I've been thinking about working at this place called King Fandom. It's actually just right by my house. I might apply there, and if I do get hired there, I might be able to save up enough money to get proper camera equipment. So trust me guys, things will get better. But you know what? I'll even show you what the card looks like if my laptop will let me. And I'm telling you guys, the artwork is just, I don't know what to make of this. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. But it's a weird card. But anyway, it's a 10-star Light Fairy with 1500 attack, 3000 defense, and the first two effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: if this card is in your hand, you can target a monster you control, place it on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, special summon this card. So it's basically a it's basically a tag out. So you get to tag out one of your monsters, one of your weaker monsters for this card, which would allow you to trigger off its second effect, which reads that if it's special summoned, you can activate one of these effects. Add one Dreaming Nemurelia from your deck or extra deck face up. From your deck to your extra deck face up, to your extra deck face up. Change one other face up monster on the field to face down defense. So it's essentially, so for the most part, you're going to be using that second effect, which is that second part of the effect, which essentially is a Book of Moon, which is like pretty good. The third effect reads: gains 100 attack for each face down card in your extra deck. Yeah, that's about like 1500 for the most part, so it's pretty crazy. There's a note underneath that says that apparently the kanji mean, there's like some sort of kanji, I don't know it. Means dream materialize, but reads like infinite. And Shinki can mean something of the mind or divine or element or a novel idea, but reads as sleeping princess. Realizer means what you think it means, but French. Well, that's cool. And for some reason my laptop is acting weird. So while this is continuing on, I'm gonna be honest. Looking at that one card, I honestly think that Nemurelia's, if once it gets even more support over time, then I'm pretty sure the deck could potentially could have the potential to be a meta deck. It does have that potential, but it needs more support, and if it doesn't get the amount of support that it needs, the deck is not going to be good. If that makes sense. So it is what it is. It is what it is, but I will admit the cards are pretty cool. The cards are pretty cool, and because the both the Sleeping Princess and this other card that I'm going to talk about are both level 10. You can actually go into a rank 10 right off the bat, which is pretty cool. So the other new monster card is Nemurelia's Dream Eater Evol, I believe is how it's pronounced. Which is a 10-star Dark Beast, 2500 attack and defense. And both of its effects are once per turn, which the first effect reads: if this card is in your hand or grave, you can banish 3 from your extra deck, face down, except Dreaming Nemurelia. Special summon this card. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except for pendulums. Second effect reads: you can send one other level 10 beast from your hand or face of field to the grave. Set one Nemurelia trap directly from your deck. Which one of those cards, one of those traps that you can set is actually this brand new one that I'm going to talk about here in a second, known as Nemurelia Love. Louvre? Love? I don't know. I don't speak French, unfortunately, but there's a note underneath Dream Eater that reads Réveil is French for alarm clock or wake up. So this is a really good way to just go into a rank 10 right off the bat, because if you have a 4-star monster, a 4-star Nemurelia monster, which if I remember correctly, the archetype does have a 4-star. This gives you access to not only special summon the Sleeping Princess, but by banishing 3 of your extra deck monsters, you can special summon Dream Eater, go into a rank 10, like say Gustav Max, and that basically helps you just deal a fuck ton of damage per game, which is pretty nice. Not much else to say about that, but Nemurelia Louvre is a normal trap that reads that both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: special summon one Nemurelia monster or a level 10 beast from your hand or deck in defense, but return it to the hand during the end phase. Second effect reads: you can banish the card from your grave, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, it loses 100 attack and defense for each of your cards currently banished face down until the end of the turn. So this is a good, a nice little disruption in the graveyard, which is really cool. So it's not too shabby, There's a note underneath that says Louvre is French for female wolves. However, it might also be referencing Lo, a chain of sweet stores in Japan. Okay, that's pretty cool. Guys, honestly, looking at these cards, I don't think either of these two decks are going to be meta, but we will see about that. But I want your guys' opinion. Let me know down in the comments below, answering the question of the day, which is this: do you guys think that both Evols and the Nemurelia archetypes will be meta? Do you guys these two archetypes are gonna be the new meta once this booster box comes out? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, which get posted every Tuesday and sometimes on Wednesdays and weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. If you guys want to send fan mail, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.